The fourth summer since Brokeback Mountain came on, and in June, Ennis had a general delivery letter from Jack Twist, the first sign of life in all that time. Friend, this letter's long time overdue. Hope you get it. Heard you was in Riverton. I'm coming through on 24th. Thought I'd stop and buy you a beer. Drop me a line, say if you can. Say if you can, say if you're there. The return address was Childress, Texas. Ennis wrote back, "You bet," and gave the Riverton address. The day was hot and clear in the morning. But by noon, the clouds had pushed up out of the west, rolling a little sultry air before them. Ennis, wearing his best shirt, white with white-black stripes, didn't know what time Jack would get there, so taking the day off, paced back and forth, looking down into a street pale with dust. Alma was saying something about taking his friend to the Knife and Fork for supper instead of cooking. It was so hot, if they could get a babysitter. But Ennis said more likely he'd just go out with Jack and get drunk. Jack was not a restaurant type, he said, thinking of the dirty spoon sticking out of the cans of cold beans balanced on the log. Late in the afternoon, thunder growling. That same old green pickup rolled in, and we saw Jack get out of the truck, beat up resistol tilted back. A hot jolt scalded Ennis, and he was out on the landing pulling the door closed behind him. Jack took the stairs, two and two. They seized each other by the shoulders, hugged mightily, squeezing the breath out of each other, saying, "Son of a bitch, son of a bitch." And as easily as the right key turns the lock tumblers, their mouths came together, and hard. Jack's big teeth bringing blood, his hat falling to the floor, stubble rasping, wet saliva welling, and the door opening, and Alma looking out for a few seconds at Ennis's straining shoulders, and shutting the door again, and still they clinched, pressing chest and groin and thigh and leg together, treading on each other's toes till they pulled apart to breathe. And Ennis, not big on endearments, said what he said to his horses and his daughters. "Little darling." The door opened again a few inches, and Alma stood in the narrow light. What could he say? "Alma, this is Jack Twist." "Alma, Jack, my wife, Alma." His chest was heaving. He could smell Jack. The intensely familiar odor of cigarettes, musky sweat, and a faint sweetness like grass, and with it the rushing cold of the mountain. "Alma," he said, "Jack and me ain't seen each other in 4 years." As if it were a reason. He was glad the light was dim on the landing, but did not turn away from her. "Sure enough," said Alma in a low voice. She had seen what she had seen. Behind her in the room, lightning lit the window like a white sheet waving, and the baby cried. "You got a kid," said Jack. His shaking hand grazed Ennis's hand. Electrical current snapped between them. "2 little girls," Ennis said. "Alma Jr. and Francine. Love 'em to pieces." Alma's mouth twitched. "I got a boy," said Jack, 8 months old. "Tell you what, I married a cute little old Texas girl down in Childress, Lorene." From the vibration on the floorboard on which they both stood, Ennis could feel how hard Jack was shaking. "Alma," he said, "Jack and me is going out and get a drink. Might not get back tonight. We get drinking and talking." "Sure enough," Alma said, taking a dollar bill from her pocket. Ennis guessed she was going to ask him to bring her a pack of cigarettes, bring him back sooner. "Pleased to meet you," said Jack, trembling like a run-out horse. "Ennis," said Alma in her misery voice. But that didn't slow him down on the stairs, and he called back, "Alma, you want smokes? There's some in the pocket of my blue shirt in the bedroom." They went off in Jack's truck, bought a bottle of whiskey, and within 20 minutes were in the Motel Siesta, jouncing a bed. A few handfuls of hail rattled against the window, followed by rain and slippery wind banging the unsecured door of the next room then and through the night.